Welcome back to my channel, where today we're diving deep into the legendary MiG-19 Farmer, a jet that marked a turning point in aviation history. As we step into 2026, this aircraft still stands as a powerful reminder of the Cold War era's engineering brilliance and the Soviet Union's pursuit of speed, power, and aerial dominance. The MiG-19 may have first flown in the 1950s, but its influence can still be felt in the DNA of many modern fighter jets that came after it. Let's start by taking a close look at the exterior of the MiG-19 Farmer. At first glance, its design seems deceptively simple, but every curve and line serves a purpose. The aircraft's slender fuselage and sharply swept wings were designed for one thing: a speed. It was the first Soviet jet capable of sustained supersonic flight in level conditions, achieving speeds over Mach 1.2. Its matte black exterior, when seen on modern restored variants, gives it an intimidating, stealthy look, though the original models often wore silver or camouflage finishes depending on their service region. The twin-engine configuration at the rear gives it that classic Soviet fighter profile: aggressive, compact, and purpose-built. Moving along the wings, you can't miss the clean aerodynamic sweep of about 55 degrees, optimized to reduce drag at high speeds. Each wing is equipped with hard points for weapons, typically housing a combination of air-to-air missiles, rockets, or gun pods. The Farmer carried its signature dual 30mm and R-30 cannons in the wing roots, capable of devastating bursts that could tear through enemy aircraft or ground targets with frightening ease. The air intakes on either side of the fuselage give it that distinctive shark-like front, feeding the twin Tumansky Road 9B engines that made this aircraft roar through the skies with raw, untamed power. Now let's talk about performance. In its time, the MiG-19 was a major leap forward. It could reach altitudes of around 59,000 feet and accelerate to speeds beyond 1,450 kilometers per hour. The twin engines delivered about 7,100 pounds of thrust each with afterburners engaged, which meant this aircraft wasn't just fast, it was fierce. The MiG-19 could climb to 36,000 feet in under 2 minutes, giving it a tactical edge in dogfights. Its agility in the air was well known, and though it demanded skill and precision from its pilots, it rewarded those who mastered it with unmatched responsiveness. When you consider its handling, the MiG-19 was not a forgiving jet. Pilots often described it as raw and powerful, but challenging, a machine that pushed the boundaries of human control. It required precision on takeoff and absolute concentration during landing. The aerodynamic design made it highly maneuverable at high speeds, but less stable at lower ones, which meant pilots had to constantly stay ahead of the aircraft's reactions. In combat, that sensitivity became a strength, giving the Farmer the ability to outturn many of its Western rivals in tight engagements. The jet's armament configuration was both versatile and brutal, with twin cannons, optional underwing rockets, and early missile systems. The MiG-19 could perform interception missions, ground strikes, and escort duties. It wasn't just a fighter, it was a multi-role combat platform before that term became common. It served in many air forces around the world, from the Soviet Union and China to Egypt and Pakistan, earning respect and fear wherever it flew. Now, let's take a quick look inside the cockpit. The interior of the MiG-19 is compact, functional, and pure Soviet minimalism. Everything a pilot needs is within arm's reach, with analog dials dominating the panel. The seat is simple yet rugged, built to handle high G-forces during tight maneuvers. There's no luxury here, just raw function. The throttle, radar scope, altimeter, and gun sight are arranged logically for quick access, though visibility was always a bit limited due to the canopy framing. In today's standards, it feels vintage, but it reflects the pure purpose of Cold War era engineering: simplicity, durability, and efficiency. The MiG-19 Farmer laid the groundwork for many aircraft that followed, including the famous MiG-21 Fishbed. It was the first Soviet aircraft to fully embrace supersonic performance, and its lessons helped refine later generations of jet fighters. While newer jets today rely on advanced avionics, stealth coatings, and computer assistance, the Farmer stands as a tribute to the era when speed and pilot skill ruled the skies. Even in 2026, aviation enthusiasts, restorers, and historians continue to admire the MiG-19 for its bold design and mechanical honesty. It wasn't built for comfort or convenience, it was built to dominate the air. Every bolt, every rivet, every roar of its engines tells a story of ambition, experimentation, and the human desire to conquer the sky. That's the MiG-19 Farmer, an icon of Soviet engineering and one of the most important fighters in jet history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most raw and powerful aircraft ever made, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share your thoughts below about what aircraft you'd like to see next. From the roaring 1950s to the advanced technology of today, every jet has a story, and here we tell them all.